Romania. The land situated at the crossroads of Central and Eastern Europe, where the majestic Carpathian Mountains embrace medieval villages as if time stood still centuries ago. Here, winding roads weave through lush green valleys, leading to magnificent stone castles tied to historical legends. Welcome to the land of UNESCO World Heritage Sites and a vibrant cultural identity. Famous for its fortified Gothic architecture and enduring folklore, this is a place where you can hear church bells echoing through the quiet air, where ancient cities still preserve the resilience of stone and brick through countless winters. If you are looking for a destination that seamlessly blends history, nature, and authentic experiences, get ready for Romania to awaken all your senses on your upcoming journey. Don't forget to like and share to help me spread the unique beauty of Romania. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next destinations. The journey to explore Romania's most beautiful spots begins right now. Bucharest. As the capital city located in southern Romania, Bucharest emerges as a space where historical traces and modern life continuously intertwine. This city doesn't carry the fairy tale appearance of many regions in Transylvania. Instead, it stands out for the sharp contrast between colossal architectural structures, grand avenues, and old quarters that still retain the essence of Europe from centuries past. It is precisely this blend that makes Bucharest one of the cities with the most distinct personalities in Romania. Walking through the city center, one can easily spot neoclassical, Art Deco, and Byzantine buildings nestled among modern glass and steel structures. Weathered facades, wrought iron balconies, and aged domes allow many neighborhoods here to maintain a very unique elegance. Interspersed within the continuous flow of traffic and pedestrians are spacious squares, tree-lined avenues, and restaurants, bookstores, or living spaces housed inside centuries-old buildings. One of the things that defines Bucharest's character is the sheer scale of its urban space. The wide-open roads and mammoth-sized structures give the city a constant sense of depth and non-stop motion. Yet, just a turn away from the crowded avenues, the atmosphere shifts rapidly. Small cobblestone streets, quiet residential neighborhoods, and ancient churches with signature domes still exist like old memories nestled in the heart of a modern metropolis. By day, Bucharest unfolds with a pace of life that moves continuously along broad avenues and historic landmarks. Sunlight reflects off the facades of old buildings, illuminating domes, iron balconies, and rows of trees stretching across many central districts. Amidst the bustling urban landscape are wide-open parks and unexpected green spaces right in the heart of the city, creating a sense of balance very characteristic of Bucharest. The space here does not attempt to keep itself entirely in the past. Rather, it keeps evolving alongside modern life, while old layers of history remain clearly visible at every street corner. Perhaps it is this continuous movement that creates the very distinct charm of Bucharest. The city carries both the grandeur and bustle of an Eastern European capital, while holding onto spaces where the traces of time remain starkly present amidst modern day-to-day life. Between the long avenues, ancient landmarks, and green patches woven into the urban fabric, Bucharest reveals a very different side of Romania, more dynamic, more modern, yet deep enough to make you want to stay and explore just a little longer. Bran Castle. Bran. The name itself carries the somber, brooding atmosphere of Transylvania. Looking down from above, the castle stands tall like a colossal block of stone rising straight from the cliffside, surrounded by forest canopies shifting into the red and orange hues of autumn, or blanketed in pure white when winter arrives. Deep red tiled roofs interlock with fortified stone walls, creating a mesmerizing, asymmetrical structure that looks as though it stepped right out of the pages of ancient history. Standing at the base of the tower, you can vividly feel the grandeur of Gothic architecture blending with the rugged toughness of solid rock. Narrow corridors, wooden staircases creaking softly underfoot, and small windows looking out toward the distant horizon where mist rolls through the valley, all create a space that feels compressed in time. There is no city noise here, only the wind whistling through rock crevices and the faint, ambiguous echo of ancient choirs resonating in the back of your mind. Strategically perched on a historic trade route, Bran was never just a mere defensive fortress. It is a living symbol of enduring heritage. The preservation of centuries-old wooden structures inside a steadfast stone citadel is a testament to the bond between human hands and the harshness of nature. Every small detail, from the sharp angles of the tower roofs to the way light casts shadows on the stone walls, tells a story of long, historic nights without needing a single word of explanation. It would be a mistake to only experience Bran through photographs. You have to physically touch the cold stone walls, feel the alpine chill as the mist falls, and look up at the towers stretching into the cloudy sky to truly grasp the magnificent beauty of this place. It is a proud silence in the heart of Romania, viewed from a very personal perspective, unhurried, quiet, leaving you entirely overwhelmed by the resilience of time. Every narrow hallway, every worn smooth stone step, and every hidden corner of the tower serves as a perfect puzzle piece to envision an era when people chose to build their faith into the permanence of their structures. There are moments, as the fog rolls through the mountain passes and blankets the castle's asymmetrical silhouette, when you will see Bran detach itself completely from the outside world. It is a proud solitude in the heart of Transylvania, where the rawness of the materials and the grandeur of nature have merged into a single entity, powerful enough to make anyone standing there believe in the stories the stones are silently whispering. Transfiguration. Stretching across the Făgăraș Mountains in central Romania, the Transfiguration is more than just a roadway. It is a testament to engineering triumphs over the harshest of terrains. Viewed from above, the road appears like a challenging, winding gray ribbon cutting through the heart of a lush green valley. Continuous hairpin turns follow one after another, hugging the sheer cliff faces, creating a rhythm of non-stop motion amidst the majestic mountain landscape. Only when you find yourself on this route do you truly grasp the overwhelming sense of scale. The rawness of the asphalt stands in stark contrast to the vastness of the rocky slopes and the alpine meadows stretching all the way to the horizon. At its highest points, fog frequently rolls in, blurring the boundary between earth and sky, making the vehicles moving along the road look as though they are gliding through an ethereal space. The only echoing sound is the steady hum of engines blending into the silence of the great wilderness, where humans carved a path through high peaks with sheer will and engineering expertise. The terrain here shifts constantly. Some stretches of road suddenly open up to sweeping, panoramic views of the entire valley below, only to narrow down immediately after between precarious cliffs. The way the road clings to the mountainside, bending through every rocky crevice, showcases the meticulous calculations required to adapt to the brutal steepness of the terrain. As sunlight casts shadows along the cliffs, the entire winding structure is sharply defined, highlighting the rugged character so unique to this route. The Transfiguration is not for those seeking smoothness or predictability. It is like a living monument in the wild, demanding focus and sharp observation from anyone experiencing it firsthand. Standing at a scenic overlook and gazing down, you can see the entire road network like a moving circulatory system, with tiny specks in the distance representing vehicles still tirelessly conquering the altitude. It is the enduring presence of asphalt and concrete in the wild heart of Romania, where every twist and turn reflects humanity's proud ambition to conquer nature. Sibiu. Located in the Transylvania region, Sibiu is one of the cities that best preserves its medieval urban structure intact within Romania. Amidst the sprawling stretches of red-tiled roofs and grand squares surrounded by ancient architecture, the entire historic center emerges as a space almost entirely detached from modern life. Gothic and Baroque buildings stand side by side along cobblestone streets, creating a harmonious ensemble where the traces of time remain clearly visible on every lime-washed wall, weathered by the years. The tightly packed arrangement of deep red roofs and bell towers stretching into the Transylvanian sky gives Sibiu a highly distinctive look. The small attic windows set into the steep tiled roofs give the entire city the feeling that it is quietly watching every movement below. Interspersed among the residential buildings are ancient citadel walls and watchtowers, the remaining vestiges of a defense system that protected the local residents for centuries. This is not a place that flaunts luxury. Rather, it is a medieval town built to maintain safety and community cohesion amidst the major upheavals of European history. Stepping into the heart of the city, the space opens up into a network of cobblestone streets leading to quiet corners. There are no loud, bustling noises here. Only the echo of footsteps on the old stone ground and the distant chime of church bells. Every corner wall, every block of brick here carries the mark of periods when Sibiu served as an important trade and cultural hub in the region. The final highlight lies in the wide-open viewpoints, looking out over the entire old town, with layers of red roofs wrapping around one another like an architectural labyrinth. From here, your eyes can take in the intertwining of the old and the new, where ancient public spaces coexist alongside modern life on the distant horizon. Sibiu is more than just a quiet monument. It is an experience of the resilience of urban heritage. And it is precisely when standing in that space that you truly feel the endurance of a city that has survived for centuries while keeping its unique identity perfectly intact in the heart of Transylvania. Peleș Castle. Nestled amidst the deep green pine forests of the town of Scenic, at the foot of the Carpathian Mountains in central Romania, Peleș Castle emerges like a structure stepped straight out of the pages of a European fairy tale. Amidst a natural backdrop blanketed in mountain mist, sharp spires reaching high alongside dark stone and timber walls give the entire castle an appearance that is both elegant and majestic. Viewed from afar, the landmark almost blends into the surrounding mountainous terrain, creating a sense of total isolation from the modern world outside. What makes Peleș so special lies not only in its scale or location, but also in the way its architecture has been meticulously crafted down to the smallest detail. Intricately carved balconies, elaborately finished wooden eaves, and large glass windows reflecting the mountain light create a whole with profound visual depth. The structure is a harmonious blend of Neo-Renaissance style with Gothic and Baroque influences, making every viewpoint evoke a very different layer of emotion. Soft, classic, yet undeniably regal. Stepping deeper into the space around the castle, you can clearly feel the signature tranquility of the Romanian mountains. The wind whispering through the pine forest, the gentle chill of the high altitude, and the constantly shifting light on the stone surfaces give this landscape a beauty that is beautifully unpredictable. In the summer, lush green slopes carpet the pathways, making the entire structure stand out against a crisp, clear, natural backdrop. When winter arrives, snow begins to blanket the tower roofs and wooden balconies, transforming Pelish into an almost surreal scene amidst the freezing white of the Carpathian wilderness. Unlike many medieval fortresses that lean heavily toward defense, Pelish feels closer to a royal residence built to enjoy the natural scenery. The balance between the architecture and the surrounding environment ensures that the palace never feels forced upon the landscape. Instead, it looks as though it has been living in harmony with the rhythm of the forest for centuries. At the moment the mist begins to roll down the hillsides and the late afternoon light falls over the dark gray spires, the entire castle reveals a beauty that is both quiet and utterly enchanting. And it is within that very stillness that Pelish continues to be regarded as one of Romania's most impressive architectural symbols, a place where human artistry and nature have almost become one. Sighișoara. Nestled among the rolling hills of Transylvania, Sighișoara emerges like an intact slice of medieval Europe preserved in the heart of Romania. Encircled by ancient citadel walls and watchtowers that have stood for centuries, this small town gives the impression that time has never truly left. Cobblestone streets winding up the hillsides, closely packed multicolored houses, and structures covered in weathered lime-washed walls create a whole that is both vibrant and deeply historical. The most striking feature of Sighișoara lies in how its architecture has retained a rare authenticity. Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque buildings coexist within a modest space, yet they create a highly distinctive visual depth. The clock tower rises high in the center of town like a monument to time, standing out against the backdrop of orange-red tiled roofs sprawling across the sloping terrain. Interspersed between the ancient buildings are small courtyards, moss-covered stone walls, and narrow pathways leading in all directions, giving the entire quarter the feel of a labyrinth shaped over centuries. The space here is almost entirely detached from the typical noise of modern cities. Footsteps echoing on the old stone ground, warm yellow lights casting a soft glow on the walls as evening falls. and the slow pace of life of the locals ensure that Sigashora always maintains its very own unique atmosphere. Even the smallest details, like old wooden door frames, iron railings, or tiny windows looking down onto the streets, help emphasize the nostalgic feeling that envelops the entire town. Walking up each cobblestone slope, you can clearly feel how this town was built to adapt to the signature hilly terrain of Transylvania. Thick fortress walls and pathways connecting residential areas to watchtowers reveal the defensive role that was once vital here in history. Yet, transcending any architectural or military value, Sigashora leaves a powerful impression because of the sheer intactness it has preserved after centuries of existence. As the evening light gradually bathes the ancient walls in gold and the small windows begin to reflect the warm glow from within, Sigashora gives the feeling that the entire town is slowing down with the movement of time. Without needing colossal structures or overwhelming landscapes, this place still manages to captivate you with its rare authenticity. Every cobblestone slope, every old tiled roof weathered by time, and the silent watchtowers against the Transylvanian sky makes Sigashora feel like a chapter of history still being written. Silent, ancient, and almost entirely unaltered by the modern world. Rashnov. Perched atop a rugged limestone hill in the Carpathian Mountains, Rashnov emerges as an architectural entity deeply intertwined with the terrain. Looking down from above, this fortress complex does not bear the luxury of royal palaces. Rather, it was built to shelter humanity with a fortified defense system. Thick stone walls, a network of watchtowers, and layers of deep red-tiled roofs packed closely together all create an asymmetrical structure clinging tightly to the hillside, giving it an almost impenetrable feel. When approached from the air, the contrast between the rugged architecture and the deep green of the surrounding pine forest becomes incredibly stark. The stone walls have taken on the colors of time, their rough and resilient surfaces standing as a testament to centuries of existence. This is not a monument built for show, but a peasant fortress designed to protect people against the harshest upheavals of history. Stepping inside, the space opens up into a network of narrow cobblestone paths leading to the ruins of ancient houses that once served as a refuge for the entire community during wartime. Tranquility envelops the entire area, with only the wind whistling through rock crevices and the sound of footsteps echoing on the ancient ground. The air here is thick with echoes. Every corner wall, every block of stone carries the mark of eras, when this fortress served as the vital borderline for an entire settlement at the foot of the hill. The final highlight lies in the panoramic views from the highest points on the ramparts. From here, your eyes can take in the entire vast valley below, where tiny modern houses lie scattered in stark contrast to the majesty of the surrounding Carpathian Mountains on the horizon. Rushnov is more than just a quiet monument. It is an experience of the resilience of heritage. Standing here, looking out into the vast open space, you will vividly feel the endurance of the structure in the face of the passage of time, a proud existence in the heart of wild Transylvania. Făgăraș. Located in central Romania and part of the vast Carpathian Range, Făgăraș is one of the highest and most impressive mountain regions in the country. Consecutive peaks stretching across deep valleys, glacial lakes, and sheer rock faces create a landscape on a scale that stands completely apart from the rest of Romania. This is a place where nature presents itself in its rawest form, virtually undisturbed by excessive traces of urbanization. The terrain in Făgăraș shifts continuously with altitude. Below are dense pine forests sprawling along the mountainsides, while moving higher up, the trees gradually give way to rocky terrain and alpine meadows nestled between massive peaks. Glacial lakes formed by melting ice lie tucked inside the valleys, reflecting the signature cold sky of the high altitudes, giving the entire space a sense of profound depth and stillness. Trekking trails hugging the mountainsides open up to vast, sweeping views where layers of distant peaks roll on continuously to the horizon. Unlike many natural areas heavily commercialized for tourism, Făgăraș retains a distinct wildness. There are stretches of the trail where almost nothing remains but the sound of strong winds howling across rock faces and water trickling from small mountain crevices. As the weather shifts, low clouds move rapidly over the peaks, causing the light and colors of the entire landscape to continuously transform. It is this exact quality that makes Făgăraș feel less like a fixed setting and more like a space that constantly evolves with every passing moment of the day. Făgăraș is also home to some of Romania's most famous routes, most notably the Transfăgărașan, the mountain pass cutting right through the range with continuous curves that cling to the treacherous terrain. The existence of this road does not diminish the raw beauty of the landscape. On the contrary, it highlights the mammoth scale and brutal steepness of the entire surrounding mountain region. From many high vantage points, you can look down to see small stretches of road winding between mountain rocks and forests, like a tiny footprint in the middle of vast nature. Without needing monumental structures or prominent man-made landmarks, Fogarach is more than enough to overwhelm your senses through its natural topography alone. The endless rolling peaks, cold glacial lakes, and an open sky that almost touches the clouds have made this area one of the most powerful and majestic landscapes in Romania. Brașov. Encircled by the mountains of Transylvania and situated right in the heart of Romania, Brașov carries the look of a city where medieval architecture and modern life coexist side by side without diminishing each other's identity. From wide cobblestone squares to narrow streets weaving through rows of red-roofed houses, the entire space here feels both ancient and possesses a very distinct depth, reminiscent of a city that served as an important trade hub for centuries. What makes Brașov stand out is not its sheer grandiosity, but how every detail within the city connects harmoniously. Gothic structures with thick stone walls and high spires are nestled between colorful Baroque houses, creating a visually profound ensemble. The Black Church rises in the center like a majestic architectural landmark, while ancient fortress walls and watchtowers still stand as reminders of an era when the city was a vital defensive line for Transylvania. Stepping deeper into the old town, the space begins to shift into a completely different rhythm. Cobblestone streets grow narrower, small cafes tuck themselves under ancient arches, and dark wooden window frames give the entire city an intimate yet undeniably classic feel. Even the light in Brașov creates a signature atmosphere. Crisp mornings with sunlight reflecting off red-tiled roofs. And as evening falls, the entire central square is bathed in the warm, golden hues so characteristic of historic European cities. Unlike many medieval towns that exist merely as tourist heritage sites, Brașov maintains its own pace of life within architectural layers that are hundreds of years old. You can still catch glimpses of small markets, hear church bells echoing across the squares, and see crowds moving leisurely past old citadel walls. It is this simultaneous presence of past and present that gives this place such a special depth. As night begins to fall over Transylvania, lights from windows gradually appear amidst the sprawling red roofs around the foot of the mountain, making Brașov look like a city preserved intact from centuries ago. This city doesn't need monumental structures to leave its mark. The historic charm of the stone square, the narrow streets weaving between colorful houses, and the slow-paced life in the heart of medieval architecture are more than enough to make Brașov one of the most unforgettable places in Romania. Bucegi. Located in the Carpathian range of central Romania, Bucegi is one of the country's most prominent mountain regions, characterized by its vast terrain, sheer cliff faces, and high-altitude plateaus stretching out amidst low-lying clouds. The space here evokes a feeling that is both majestic and wild, where mountain paths wind through pine forests, leading to higher elevations with panoramic views that open up over the entire valley below. In contrast to the antique charm of Romania's medieval cities, Bucegi presents itself through the sheer grandiosity and rawness of nature. What makes Bucegi so distinctive is the continuous shift of the landscape with elevation. Dense forests blanket the mountainsides in the lower regions, while the upper areas gradually transition into exposed rocky terrain and wide-open alpine meadows. Massive rock formations weathered by the wind and elements over thousands of years have formed striking shapes across the plateau, giving the entire area a feeling of being almost completely detached from the world below. On cloudy days, layers of mist drift across the ridges, constantly altering the contours of the landscape and bringing a distinct visual depth to the entire space. Bucegi also offers a stark contrast between the sheer scale of nature and the smallness of humanity. Trails hugging the mountain edges, cable cars spanning across the valleys, and rest stops nestled amid the rocky terrain slow every movement down to a crawl. The ambient sound is mostly reduced to strong winds whistling past the cliffs and the faint crunch of footsteps on the hard, dry, rocky ground. The wide open space and the endlessly stretching horizon ensure that this place always feels worlds away from the hustle of urban life. As the light shifts across the mountainsides and the valley below gradually sinks into shadow, all of Bucegi unfolds with seamless gradients of color transitioning between rock, forest, and sky. With virtually no traces of urbanization or massive structures encroaching upon the scenery, most of its beauty still stems from the pristine topography of the Carpathian Mountains. Bucegi offers a very different vibe compared to other vast natural regions in Romania. It is not soft or classic, but rather a rugged beauty of mountain rock, cold winds, and open spaces that feel almost infinite. And it is precisely within that vastness that Bucegi becomes one of the places that best embodies the majestic scale of Romania's natural world. Corvin Castle. Located in the city of Hunedoara in western Romania, Corvin Castle stands out as one of the most impressive surviving Gothic structures in Eastern Europe. Encircled by towering stone walls, sharp watchtowers, and a wooden bridge stretching over an ancient moat, the entire castle bears an appearance that is both fortified and deeply mysterious. Even from a distance, the dark tower roofs and the asymmetrical structure make the landmark stand out completely against the surrounding landscape. The true specialty of Corvin Castle lies in the overwhelming sense of grandiosity that its architecture commands. Thick fortress walls, long stone corridors, and towering spires lend a highly distinct air of majesty to the space. Interspersed within the signature defensive features of the medieval era are intricately finished Gothic details, such as pointed arch windows, carved stone balconies, and soaring wooden ceilings inside the great halls. This combination gives the castle the cold allure of a military fortress, while preserving the aesthetic depth of European royal architecture. The moment you cross the wooden bridge leading into the main gate, the atmosphere instantly shifts. The outdoor light gradually gives way to dark hallways, stone walls weathered by time, and echoes resonating through the vast, empty spaces. Every area inside the castle feels as though it is guarding its own specific piece of history, from the grand chambers reserved for nobility to the defensive quarters nestled deep within the fortress walls. It is this exact intertwining of architectural beauty and ancient ambiance that makes Corvin Castle one of the most striking locations in Romania. The space surrounding the castle further highlights the unique nature of this structure. Spacious stone courtyards, watchtowers linked together by high walkways, and the dark hues of the aged materials keep this entire place feeling completely detached from the modern life outside. Even in broad daylight, Corvin Castle retains its very own quiet, brooding character, as if hundreds of years of history are still palpably present within each layer of old stone. Among the surviving medieval landmarks of Romania, Corvin Castle leaves a powerful impression not just through its scale or signature Gothic architecture, but because of the irreplaceable atmosphere it creates. It is the sensation of stepping into a piece of history that remains fully intact, where every corridor, every spire, and every stone wall makes time itself seem to slow down to a crawl. Iași. Located in northeastern Romania, Iași emerges as a long-standing cultural and intellectual hub, having once served as the historic capital of Moldavia. Looking down from above, the city is a seamless blend of monumental religious architecture and modern high-rises. Church domes glittering with golden hues under the sun are interspersed among imposing administrative buildings, creating a skyline that is both majestic and reflective of the vibrant pace of a city constantly moving forward. The space of Iași unfolds through grand avenues stretching across the heart of the city, where public squares, historic landmarks, and residential areas connect to form a highly distinctive whole. Amidst this modern lifestyle, landmarks like the Palace of Culture still stand out with their intricate Gothic architecture and mammoth scale, making it feel as though history is still palpably present within day-to-day life. Surrounding these ancient structures are universities, libraries, and community spaces, ensuring that Iyashi always maintains the unmistakable atmosphere of a city deeply tied to knowledge and culture. Stepping deeper into the old quarters, the city's rhythm gradually slows down. Cobblestone streets, tree-shaded church courtyards, and rows of old brick structures create a vibe entirely different from the bustling avenues outside. The chime of church bells echoes through the quiet air, blending with the chatter of students and locals on the wide sidewalks. It is this precise intertwining of academic life, religion, and daily routines that gives Iyashi a distinct character that few other Romanian cities possess. One of the most noticeable things about Iyashi is how the city maintains a perfect balance between development and preservation. While new structures continuously pop up, ancient churches, historic squares, and old neighborhoods remain as the foundational fabric that shapes the identity of the entire metropolis. This ensures that Iyashi never feels disconnected between past and present. Rather, it feels like two layers of time coexisting seamlessly within a shared space. Gazing down from the higher vantage points, Iyashi sprawls out with its domes, rows of trees, and architectural blocks rolling on all the way to the horizon. Amidst the non-stop growth of modern Eastern Europe, this city holds on to its very own sense of composure, a place where historic heritage, intellectual life, and daily routines merge to reveal a deeply soulful and culturally profound side of Romania. The Carpathians. There are places in Romania whose presence on a map alone is enough to show they are an inseparable part of this country. And the Carpathians are exactly that kind of place. The mountain range stretches across multiple territories, embracing Transylvania and opening up a myriad of valleys, deep forests, and famous mountain passes. Beyond just shaping Romania's distinctive geography, the Carpathians have directly influenced the climate, the landscape, and the very way humans have lived in harmony with nature for centuries. Traveling through the Carpathians brings a sensation of constantly shifting scenery. One stretch of road opens up into wide, sun-drenched meadows, but just minutes later, the entire space is closed in by towering pine forests and sheer cliff faces. Small rivers emerging in the valleys, villages nestled at the foot of the mountains, and winding roads hugging the steep slopes give this landscape a highly pronounced depth. Nothing unfolds in a flat or predictable manner. Instead, everything is in constant motion, following the natural topography of the range. The deeper you venture into the Carpathians, the vaster and more layered the landscape becomes. Dense forests roll continuously across the ridges. Valleys open up only to vanish behind winding mountain passes, while low clouds constantly drift across the highest peaks. There are moments when the entire space is submerged in the deep green of the forests and the dark shades of mountain rock. But the instant the light shifts, the contours of the entire Carpathian range reveal themselves clearly on a scale that seems to stretch on endlessly. It is this continuous transformation that makes this place always feel too vast to fully capture in just a single journey. The remarkable thing is that, despite stretching across so many different regions, the Carpathians retain a distinct raw authenticity. The dense forests, rugged terrain, and almost infinite open spaces make this one of the natural regions that best preserves Europe's signature wilderness. Even the structures or roads that appear amidst the mountains and forests look like mere tiny specks against the mammoth scale of the surrounding terrain. The Carpathians are not the type of landscape that feels soft or easily accessible from the get-go. This mountain range leaves a powerful impression through its sheer vastness, its coldness, and its touch of harshness. Yet, that is precisely why, when standing amidst these layers of mountains stretching all the way to the horizon, you will truly understand why the Carpathians have always been considered the very soul of Romania's natural world. Timișoara. Located in western Romania, Timișoara carries a distinct vibe compared to many other cities in the country. The space here is wide, airy, and feels intentionally planned, from the grand interconnected squares to the tree-lined avenues stretching through the city center. Interspersed within modern life is a wealth of Secession, Baroque, and Art Nouveau buildings with vibrant color palettes, ensuring that Timișoara always maintains the unique elegance of an old, Central European metropolis. The most noticeable feature when moving through the city is the constant presence of public spaces. Wide open squares serve as the absolute heart of daily life here, where historic landmarks, churches, and rows of ancient architecture all face onto a shared open space. The Bega River flowing across the city does not create a division. Instead, it brings additional green spaces and a touch of a softness to the otherwise dense classical architecture. Unlike the quiet stillness often found in many of Romania's historic cities, Timișoara carries an open, more dynamic rhythm. You can easily spot bustling pedestrian zones, outdoor activities taking place in the squares, and long, open-air patios lining the central streets. Yet, even amidst this bustle. The city maintains a light, pleasant feel thanks to its abundant greenery and breezy urban layout. The architecture here leaves a highly distinctive mark. Curved wrought iron balconies, intricately decorated facades, and small attic windows allow many buildings in Timișoara to perfectly preserve their beauty from centuries ago. As daylight bathes the squares, the yellow, orange, and white hues of the historic storefronts stand out beautifully against the wide-open urban landscape. It is exactly this charm that once earned the city the title of Romania's Little Vienna. Timișoara does not feel ancient in a way that is detached from the present. The city weaves its history right into the fabric of daily life. Amidst passing crowds, sun-drenched squares, and old structures that continue to exist as a natural part of a modern metropolis. And it is precisely this balance that makes Timișoara one of the most welcoming cities in Romania. A place where architecture, living spaces, and cultural life seamlessly merge into a beautiful, complete whole. Piatra Craiului. Piatra Craiului does not unfold with the soft contours of typical mountain ranges in Romania. The entire massif emerges like a colossal stone blade stretched tight across the Carpathian sky, with a ridgeline so narrow, sharp, and precipitous that it feels almost entirely detached from the surrounding terrain. From afar, the gray-white limestone band stands out starkly against the deep green of the forest below, like a natural fortress wall running along the horizon. What makes Piatra Craiului leave such a powerful impression lies in its highly distinct geological structure. The cliff faces do not bear the softened, eroded look of time. Instead, they preserve razor-sharp cuts, deep fissures, and an exposed, rugged, rocky surface. When daylight hits the massive rock slabs, it creates intense contrasts, causing the entire range to continuously shift its hues throughout the day. Some stretches of the cliff face sink completely into shadow, while the summits above still reflect the signature cold white of limestone. The closer you get, the more pronounced the sense of scale becomes at Piatra Craiului. The sheer cliff faces form a near-absolute boundary between earth and sky, while the forested slopes below are so vast and tranquil, standing in stark contrast to the sharp peaks above. Clouds are frequently trapped around the high mountain crevices, causing sections of the ridgeline to fade in and out against the cold gray sky. It is this exact quality that gives the landscape an air of aloofness, making it feel tough to access. The space at Piatra Craiului bears virtually no traces of heavy human intervention. The trails appear only as tiny incisions between the forest and the mountain rock, while the vast majority of the landscape retains its inherent wildness. The acoustics here are also highly distinctive. Not an uproar, but the sound of strong winds slamming into the cliff faces, the forest shifting, and a prolonged silence stretching across deep ravines. Piatra Craiului does not offer a soft or easily approachable feel from the get-go. This mountain range exists through the sheer crisp, cold, rigidity, and touch of harshness of raw mountain stone. Yet, that is precisely why, among the many landscapes of Romania, this place always leaves a unique mark, a geological entity that is both rugged and majestic, as if nature intentionally carved a razor-sharp incision right through the heart of the Carpathians. Romania is more than just pages of history books or old photographs of castles. This is a place where the harshness of alpine terrains blends seamlessly with the gentle charm of riverside villages, where life moves at the slowest possible pace. Whether you are a passionate explorer of ancient architecture or simply looking for a sanctuary to unplug from the hustle of modern life, Romania has answers that will truly reward your expectations. The destinations we've just explored are merely a small fraction of the multicolored tapestry that this country possesses. Every street corner, every trail, or every stone wall harbors its own unique story. And it is only when you physically set foot here that you can fully grasp that true authenticity. And perhaps the most beautiful part does not lie in how many places you have traveled through, but in how Romania makes you view the world one heartbeat slower, allowing you to feel more of the things that seem so small. If you enjoyed and felt inspired by these experiences in Romania, please like, share, and subscribe. And turn on notifications so you can join me on future journeys to discover new destinations. Our journey in Romania temporarily comes to a close. See you on the next adventure.